Hello everyone, I hope you all went through the previous video in which I have discussed about elements, and I had told you all what are elements. I told you elements are substances which cannot be broken down into simpler substances. They are made up of similar type of atoms, and I also taught you all how elements are denoted. They are denoted using symbols, and I had given you all the set of rules by which symbols are written down. Okay, so today we'll be doing compounds. Now, compounds are those substances which are made up of two or more elements. So they are made up of two or more elements. For example, hydrogen and oxygen, they combine to give you water. Carbon and oxygen combine to give you carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide. So these are all compounds. Next, in a compound, you will find that the number of elements or the atoms, the number of atoms of elements are always fixed. That means, for example, always two atoms of hydrogen will combine with one atom of oxygen to give you water. We cannot take three atoms of hydrogen and two atoms of oxygen here. It is always two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. For example, in the next case, carbon dioxide. It is always one atom of carbon dioxide and two atoms of oxygen will give you carbon dioxide. So the ratio of the elements is always fixed in a compound. You cannot change it. The next one is a compound is always homogeneous. What does the term homogeneous mean? A compound is always homogeneous. Homo meaning same. That means if you take a drop of water, it also contains H2O. If you take a bucket of water also, it contains H2O. If you take water from the sea also, it contains H2O. That means two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. If you take tap water also is H2O. That means two atoms of oxygen and two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. So it is same throughout. Homogeneous means same throughout. So a compound is homogeneous. Then the next one is the characteristics of a compound is different from its elements. Now what does this mean? The characteristic of a compound is different from its element. Like for example, I'll take water. Again, I'm using the example, or I'm taking the example of water because that is the most easiest example to explain. So, suppose now I take water. Now I already told you water contains hydrogen and oxygen. Now hydrogen as an element, if I just take hydrogen, I find that it burns. Hydrogen burns, but water does not burn. Oxygen, it helps in burning, or it supports burning. Okay, but water again does not support burning. So see, the characteristic of hydrogen is different from water. The characteristic of oxygen is different from water. So that means the characteristics of the elements are completely different from the compound that is formed. So characteristics of hydrogen will not be seen in water. Characteristics of oxygen will not be seen in water. So characteristics of the elements will be completely different from its compound. The next one. The next characteristic is we cannot separate it easily. We cannot separate the elements from a compound separately. Suppose I give you a glass of water and I tell you now to separate hydrogen and oxygen. Can you separate hydrogen and oxygen from a glass of water? No, because from a compound, separating the elements is not easy. You cannot do it by physical means. Okay, so separation of elements from its compound is not, I won't say it is not possible, but it is not possible by physical means. Okay, and the last one is, during the formation of a compound, energy is either given out or energy is either taken in. That means, I think I have already taught you on the term exothermic or endothermic. Exo means exit, thermic means heat. So either the heat is given out or heat is absorbed. So heat is given out or heat is absorbed during the formation of a compound. So let's discuss compounds again. Number one, I told you compound is formed by two or more elements. Number two, the elements are always combined in a fixed ratio. Number three, compound is homogeneous, that means it is same throughout. Next, the characteristics of the element are completely different from the characteristic of its compound. Next, you cannot separate the elements from a compound by physical means. And the last one, when a compound is formed, either it is exothermic, that means heat is produced, or it is endothermic, that means heat is absorbed. Thank you everyone. Please do like and subscribe my channel.